Hello students, welcome to Affairs Cloud. My name is Vikas. We have an app by the name Careers Cloud which you can go and download through Play Store. Once you have downloaded the application, you will be able to easily log in using your Gmail ID. Once you have logged in, you will be redirected to this page where you will be getting this UI and there will be option for home, all courses, my courses and doubt section. On this application, you will be getting multiple PDFs, multiple content on daily basis that will be enhancing your learning. Our first segment is daily current affairs. We make sure to provide you current affairs on daily basis in both English as well as in Hindi content. The PDFs for the same are uploaded on our application, and apart from this, we also make sure to provide you with quizzes that will help you to revise the content after you have gone through the PDF. Next comes our weekly content. The content is also provided in both English as well as in Hindi, and here we also make sure to provide you quiz also of that past week's current affairs that will be enhancing your learning, as it is a compilation of the important topics, important MCQ questions for the last week. Similar for the monthly, the PDFs are very important. They provide you insights of various topics, as well as we also make sure to provide you the quiz of monthly questions that are very important for learning. Next, we also provide you with important PIB articles on daily basis so that you can go through these articles and have an insight about that particular topic. Not just this, we also make sure to provide you important events that are happening globally and make sure to give you the right analysis. One of the most important segment of our application is that we make sure to provide you with the correct exam analysis. When you are having exam, we make sure to provide you with previous year questions so that the student can go through the exam pattern and the syllabus and can prepare the exam accordingly based on the pattern. After the exam, we also make sure to provide you with the exam analysis. Then for the students who are preparing for state exams, they will be also beneficial here, as we will make sure to provide with state-wise current affairs for them. Apart from this, we also make sure to cover the topic-wise current affairs such as your national affairs, government schemes, international affairs, banking and finance, economy and businesses, as these are the topics from which the examiner definitely asks the question, and these are covered on the monthly basis. So friends, do check our application. It will be a one-stop solution for learning. Apart from this, friends, Careers Cloud is hiring. We are looking for candidates for subject matter experts in quants, reasoning and English, and also we are looking for a content creator for current affairs topic on daily basis, weekly basis and monthly basis. There is also an opening for a person who can translate the English content into Hindi. If you want to apply, you can scan the code here for further details, or you can go to the description and click the link below. These positions are available both in full-time and freelance for serious candidates. Hello everyone. So in this video, we will be discussing important current affairs for the topic sports, books and authors and obituary for the March month. The session will be quite interesting and important, so do pay attention till the end. You will be learning multiple things that will be benefiting in your exam. So let's start. First, which country's women's national football team has recently won the final in the Turkish Women's Cup 2024 by defeating the Indian women's football team? It is Kosovo, right? Kosovo's women national football team recently won the final in the Turkish Women's Cup 2024 by defeating Indian women's football team, right? This was the 8th edition of the Turkish Women's Cup, also known as Alanya Gold City Cup. It was held from 21st to 27th of Feb in Turkey. And India's Manisha Kalyan was also awarded with the best middle fielder of the tournament. Next, which team has recently won the Pro Kabaddi League Season 10? It is Puneri Paltan. Puneri Paltan has recently won Pro Kabaddi League Season 10 and they defeated Haryana Steelers in the finals that was held in Hyderabad, Telangana. And the title winner Puneri Paltan was awarded with a prize money of 3 crore rupees, and the runner-up Haryana was awarded with 1.8 crore rupees. And remember, this was Puneri Paltan's first ever Pro Kabaddi League title win since the first edition that was held in 2014. Next, which university has recently topped the medal tally of the 4th edition of the Khelo India University Games with a total of 71 medals held in the northeast region of India? It is Chandigarh University, right? Chandigarh University won the overall championship of the fourth edition of Khelo India University Games. This was held in the northeast region from 17th to 19th of Feb. Chandigarh University topped the medal tally with a total of 71 medals. In these 71 medals, 32 were gold, 18 silver, and 21 were bronze. And the mascot for this Khelo India University Games is Ashta Lakshmi. Next, who has recently won the season opening F1 Bahrain Grand Prix 2024? It is Max Verstappen has recently won season opening F1 Bahrain Grand Prix 2024, and this is also Max Verstappen's second consecutive Bahrain Grand Prix title. First was in 2023 and now this is in 2024. Next, which of the following Indian badminton players have recently won the men's double title at the finals of the Yonex French Open 2024 held in Paris, France? So, Satvik Sairaj Ranekreddy and Chirag Sethi, right? They are the Indian badminton players that have won the men's double title at the finals of the Yonex French Open 2024 held in Paris, France. Who won the men's single title here? It was won by Shi Yu of China. Women's single title was won by whom? It was won by An Si Young. An Si Young is of South Korea, right? Next, who has recently won the F1 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix 2024? Max Verstappen has recently won F1 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix 2024. He drives for Red Bull. He's a Belgian-Dutch driver. Sergio Perez of Mexico secured the second position here, and Charles Leclerc of Monaco secured the third position here. Next, which team has won the Women's Premier League 2024 title by defeating Delhi Capitals in March 2024? It is your Royal Challengers Bangalore, right? They have won the Women's Premier League, right? Take a note of this. And they defeated Delhi Capitals in the final. The final was held at Arun Jaitley Stadium in New Delhi. This was the second edition of the Women Premier League held in 2024, and RCB won a total of 6 crore rupees, while DC, that is Delhi Capital, was awarded with 3 crore rupees here. Next is, which bank has recently partnered with Indian Olympic Association to become the official banking partner for Team India for the Paris Olympics 2024? It is Yes Bank. Right? Yes Bank partnered with Indian Olympic Association to become the official banking partner for Team India for the Paris Olympics 2024. And as a part of this campaign, remember Yes Bank, they have launched a campaign, Milkar Jitayenge. Right? Take a note of this. Next, name the personality who has been recently selected as India's flag bearer for 2024 Olympic Games that will be held in Paris. So, Achanta Sharat Kamal has been recently selected as India's flag bearer for the 2024 Paris Olympic Games, and Achanta Sharat Kamal, he will be the 19th flag bearer for Indian Olympics, right? Mary Kom here, she's our chef de mission of Indian Olympic Games. Take a note of this. Next, name the personality who has recently won the men's single title at the World Table Tennis Feeder Beret 2024 held in Lebanon. So, Satya Ganeshkaran, right, has won the men's single title at the WTT, that is World Table Tennis Feeder Beret 2024 held in Lebanon. And Satya Ganeshkaran, he is from Tamil Nadu, and he became the first ever Indian player to win men's singles trophy at WTT Feeder Series event. Next, name the personality who has recently won F1 Australian Grand Prix 2024. So, Carlos Sainz Jr., he drives for Ferrari, right? He is from Spain and has won the Australian Grand Prix 2024. It was held in Melbourne, Australia. Who secured the second position here? It was secured by Lando Norris, right? He is from UK. Correct? I repeat, Lando Norris was on the third position,
Who was on the second position? Charles Lessler was on the second position. Next, name the Indian personality who has recently won the women's single at the World Table Tennis Bidder second 2024 held in Lebanon. I repeat, Indian personality who won the women's single title at the World Table Tennis Feeder Barrett 2 held in Lebanon. So Srija Okla has recently won the women's single title here, right? Take a note of this. If we are talking about WTT Feeder Barrett 2024 in men's title, Santhia Ganeshkaran, and women's single title at the WTT Feeder Barrett second 2024 in women's single category won by Shrija Okla. Right? She's from which state? She's from Telangana. And remember, she has won the women's single title here. So friends, these were your some questions related to sports. Now let's move to some questions related to books and authors. Next, who authored the book Swallowing the Sun, a novel which was launched in Feb 2024? So Lakshmi Murdeshwar Puri, former Assistant Secretary General of UN and wife of Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri, has penned down her debut novel, that is Swallowing the Sun, a novel. Right? Take a note of this. And she's also a former Deputy Executive Director of the United Nations Women. This book will be published by Aleph Book Company. Next, name the sports magazine that has recently published the coffee table book title FIH Odisha Hockey Men's World Cup 2023. So this sports magazine has been recently published by the coffee table titled Dash. So which is that sport company that has launched this sports magazine titled this? So it is Sportstar. Sportstar has launched this sports magazine that was titled FIH Odisha Hockey Men's World Cup 2023. And where was this held? It was held in Bhubaneswar and Rourkela, Odisha. Next, name the former president who recently authored the book The Conspiracy to Oust Me from Presidency. So Gotabaya Rajapaksa of Sri Lanka, right? He is the former president of Sri Lanka and he authored the book The Conspiracy to Oust Me from the Presidency. Right? He talks about his political downfall. It was a conspiracy that involved foreign and local parties. And Gotabaya Rajapaksa, he served as the 7th executive president of Sri Lanka from 2019 to 2022. Next, who authored the book Israel War Diary that was released by Union Minister of Information and Broadcasting Anurag Singh Thakur in March? So Vishal Pandey. Right, he authored the book that is Israel War Diary that was released by Union Minister of Information and Broadcasting Anurag Singh Thakur in the month of March. The book speaks about the war between Israel and Hamas group, correct? And the book is published by Prabhat Prakashan Private Limited and it is available in Hindi language. It is available in Hindi language. Next, which of the following books were recently presented by S. Ramanan, the chairman and managing director of SIDBI, to Union Minister of Finance Nirmala Sitharaman? So, which of the following books? It is Prabhav and Diagnostic Mapping of Cluster, Charting the Path Ahead Through Intervention. These are the two books that were recently presented by S. Ramanan, the chairman and managing director of SIDBI, to Union Minister of Finance Nirmala Sitharaman. Next, which of the following personalities did not co-author the book that is Compendium on Non-Native Organisms of India that was launched by J. Chinchu Rani, correct, the Minister for Animal Husbandry of Kerala in March 2024. So which of the following personalities did not co-author the book? So among them, it is not Manoj Kumar, but rest of them, they have co-authored the book A Compendium of Non-Native Organisms of India. Next, which of the following personalities did not author the book that is An Illustrated Guide to the Lepidoptera of India, a Taxonomy Procedures, Family Characters, Diversity and Distribution, published by the Zoological Survey of India in March 2024. So, Karm Narayan Bell, right? He did not author, and rest 4 of them, that is Drishti Banerjee, Navneet Singh and Rahul Joshi and PC Pathania, they have authored this book, An Illustrated Guide to the Lepidoptera of India. and this book was published by the Zoological Survey of India in March 2024. Next we are discussing about obituary. First, India's oldest parliamentarian and founding member of the Samajwadi Party recently passed away. So, Shafiqur Rahman Baq, who is also the India's oldest parliamentarian and the founding member of the Samajwadi Party, recently passed away at the age of 93 in Moradabad, UP. He served as MP for 5 times. He served as MLA in UP for 4 times in the years from 1974 till 1977, then from 77 to 80, then from 85 to 89, and then from 89 to 91. Next, renowned archaeologist and Padma Shri awardee Arun Kumar Sharma recently passed away. In which year did he receive Padma Shri award? So it was the year 2017 in which renowned archaeologist and Padma Shri awardee Arun Kumar Sharma recently passed away. Right? He passed away at the age of 91. He was born in 1933 in Chhattisgarh only. He was honored with Padma Shri in 2017 in others category. Next, in March, Martin Bryan Mulroney, who served as the 18th Prime Minister of Dash country, passed away. So Martin Bryan Mulroney, who served as the 18th Prime Minister of Canada, recently passed away. And he was the PM of Canada from 1984 till 1993. Next, in March, Dash, who served as the governor of Uttarakhand, UP and Mizoram, recently passed away. So Aziz Qureshi, who served as the governor of Uttarakhand, UP and Mizoram, recently passed away at the age of 83 in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. Next is former Chief of Naval Staff Admiral Lakshmi Narayan Ramdas recently passed away. He was honored with Veer Chakra, the third highest gallantry award, in which year? So Veer Chakra awardee Admiral Lakshmi Narayan Das, who was the former Chief of Naval Staff, passed away, and he was honored with Veer Chakra, with this Veer Chakra in 1971. This Veer Chakra, this is the third highest gallantry award. Right? Take a note of this. Then remember, Admiral Lakshmi Narayan Ramdas was also honored with Raman Magsaysay Award for Peace and International Understanding in the year 2004. Next, renowned handloom artist and Padma Shri awardee Kapil Dev Prasad passed away. He received the Padma Shri Award for Art in which state? So he received Padma Shri Award for Art in 2023. Right? And remember, Kapil Dev Prasad, he was a very famous handloom artist who passed away at the age of 70 in the state of Bihar. Next, a renowned Dutch American primatologist, ethologist and author Dash, who passed away in March 2024. So renowned Dutch American primatologist, ethologist and author Frans de Waal, he passed away in March 2024. Take a note of this. At the age of 75 in Georgia, USA, he passed away. Moving on, in March, Oscar-winning British screenwriter David Sidler passed away. He won the Academy Award, that is Oscar, for the Best Original Screenplay for the film The King's Speech in 2011. Right? Next is in March, a renowned Kannada writer and Sahitya Academy awardee Dr. Gurulinga Kapse recently passed away. He received the Sahitya Academy Award for his book Ondu Puttada Kathe in which year? It was in the year 2021. Right? Next is, and this Ondu Puttada Kathe means a short story. A short story. Next, psychologist Daniel Kahneman won the Nobel Prize in Dash field in 2022, who passed away in March 2024. So psychologist Daniel Kahneman, who won the Nobel Prize in economic science, right, and he passed away in 2024, and he was honored with this Nobel Prize in economic science in the year 2002. Next, in March, Louis Cameron Gossett Jr., the first black man to win Oscar for the best actor in supporting role in 1983, recently passed away. right? And this in 1983 he won this Oscar for his performance in An Officer and a Gentleman, for which he won the Oscars for the best actor in supporting role. So friends, these were your important current affairs for these topics. Now let's move to some revision current affairs that will be beneficial for your learning. Next is, what is the denomination of the commemorative coin launched in honor of the 2550th Bhagwan Mahavir Nirvana Mahotsav? So tell me, what is the denomination of that particular coin that was launched? So this is a 100 rupees commemorative coin. This is 35 grams in weight, right? And this coin, the reverse of this coin features the image of Nalanda, Pavapuri Jal Mandir and Bhagwan Mahavir 2550th Nirvan Kalyanak in both Devanagari script and English with year 2023 at the bottom. Correct? Coming back, so it was 100 rupees denomination of commemorative coin, that is 35 gram in weight, has been recently launched at the honor of the 2550th Bhagwan Mahavir Nirvana Mahotsav. Right? Apart from this, remember, if we talk about 70s rupees, 75 rupees commemorative coin, this was launched during the 75th Republic Day of India. Then 90 rupees commemorative coin, this was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to commemorate the 90 years of RBI. And 20 rupees commemorative coin, this was launched during the Vibrant Gujarat Summit. Vibrant Gujarat Summit. Next, which of the following is not among the top 5 in military expenditure according to the report released by SIPRI? SIPRI is your Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. They released a report that is Trends in the World Military Expenditure. And according to the report, the global military expenditure has increased for the 9th consecutive year. Right? And this is at an all-time high of $2,443 billion in 2023. And this is an increase of almost 6.8% as compared to 2029. Then if we talk about the top 5 military spenders in 2023, here we can see on the top position is United States of America. Then is your China on second position, Russia on third position. Our India is on the fourth position. This is important and that is being asked here. This question can be asked here, that what is the rank of India in the top 5 military spenders, or what is the rank of India in the military spenders in 2023 according to SIPRI report. So India is at 4th position and 5th comes your Saudi Arabia. Right? So USA is the largest spender. So if we come back to the question with that, which of the following is not among the top 5 in the military spenders here? So we can say that South Korea is not among the top 5 spenders here. USA first position, China second, and India is at on the 4th position. Third is our Russia. So we saw that South Korea is not in the list. But what is the rank of South Korea here? So South Korea stands at 11th position. Right? So remember, South Korea ranked 11th in the SIPRI report. Apart from this, remember, according to the data released by Global Firepower, South Korea was ranked 5th in the 2024 military strength ranking. And as you can see here, India has ranked as the 4th most powerful military in the world. Which Indian bank is not featured on the S&P Global Top 50 Banks in Asia Pacific list by assets? So tell me, which Indian bank is not featured here in the top 50 lenders in Asia Pacific by assets? Which of the following is not mentioned here? So we can see here that it is Axis Bank. It is Axis Bank that is not featured in the top 50 banks in Asia Pacific list by released by assets. Right? Here you can see SBI, HDFC and ICICI Bank. They were the only bank that featured on the list. And if the question asked here is that which is the bank that retained the top position or is the largest bank in the Asia Pacific region as well as in the world in 2023. So it is China's Industrial and Commercial Bank of China. Industrial and Commercial Bank of China Limited that secured the top position here. And SBI, HDFC Bank, and ICICI Bank, they all featured in this list. If we talk about SBI is the India's largest public sector bank, and they had improved their ranking to 20 here, right? In 2023, it was 21 in 2022. Then for HDFC Bank, the HDFC Bank's valuation increased to $464.34 billion in 2023. And they have, what is the rank of HDFC Bank in 2023? It is 33. For ICICI Bank, what is the rank here? So ICICI Bank's rank is 48th, and it is the second largest private sector bank in India. Moving on, which of the following are a part of multilateral development banks that launched a new global collaborative co-financing platform? So tell me, which of the following are a part of multilateral development banks that launched a new global collaborative of co-financing platform? Which of the following? So remember all of the above. That is your Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, Islamic Development Bank, and European Bank for Reconstruction and Development. All of the above are a part of NDB, that is multilateral development banks. What are these multilateral development banks? Multilateral development banks, MDBs. Multilateral Development Bank, remember, this is a financial institution. This is established by multiple member countries, and they are formed under the international law, right? So for this new global collaborative for co-financing platform, a total of 10. Next, take a note of this, important. Winners of Achievement Award for creating social development and impact at the 15th CIDC 2024 are who among the following? Tell me, who are the winners of the Achievement Award for creating social development and impact at the 15th CIDC VKA? First of all, tell me, what is this VK? Vishwakarma Award, right? It was the 15th CIDC Vishwakarma Award that took place recently. Question asked here is, who are the winners here of the 15th CIDC Vishwakarma Award for social development and impact? So among the following, who is the winner here? Puravankara Limited, right? Puravankara Limited, remember, this is a renowned real estate developer in India, and has been honored with the Achievement Award for creating social development and impact. It was during the 15th edition of the CIDC Vishwakarma Award, and these Vishwakarma Awards, they are organized by whom? They are organized by CIDC, that is your Construction Industry Development Council. Also remember, the award recognized Puravankara's effort in driving positive change through their impactful campaign, and the campaign here was Million Wells for Bengaluru. It was Million Wells for Bengaluru, right? This is the campaign for which he was honored with this Achievement Award for creating social development and impact, and that was during the 15th edition of CIDC Vishwakarma Award 2024, right? Then if we talk about REC has won the Best Green Bond Corporate Award at the Asset AAA Awards for Sustainable Finance 2024. They have won the REC has won the Best Green Bond Corporate Award, and REC won this during the Asset AAA Award for Sustainable Finance. If we talk about GAIL, Gas Authority of India Limited, GAIL has bagged 2 awards at the Asian Oil and Gas Awards, at the Asian Oil and Gas Awards 2023. Then if we talk about ESIC has won the ISSA Vision Zero 2023 award during the 23rd World Congress on Safety and Health at Work in Sydney, Australia. So coming back, Puravankara Limited won the award, that is the Achievement Award for creating social development and impact. REC Limited won the Best Green Bond Corporate Award at the Asset AAA. Then GAIL has won the Oil and Natural Gas Award 2023. ESIC has won the ISSA Vision Zero 2023 award.
That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairs Cloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is affairscloud_official. Also students, you can use code Vikas10, that will give you extra 10% discount on the courses that you will purchase.